Welcome to our family castle, the Castell of Ribelles. I'm the owner, Carmen Tor Martorell, and together with one of my daughters, Inés, we are happy to show you our property today.
The castle is located in the town of Ribelles, 100 kilometers far from Barcelona, in Spain. It is an area where there are different castles, since this was the defensive barrier against the Moors of Al-Andalus during several centuries, in an area called the Spanish Marches. The castle has three differentiated parts. One is the tower, the defensive tower, built in the 10th century, then the church and the old castle that were already there in the 12th century, and finally the residential area built in the 18th century by my great-great-grandfather. The castle was in perfect state until the Spanish Civil War. In fact, I have photographs of my grandmother spending the summer in the castle and playing in the grounds. Sadly, during the war, the castle was occupied and looted, and after the war, it had reached such a state of disrepair that made it absolutely inhabitable. Over the years, my family has undertaken on several reconstruction projects, but we have not yet been able to rebuild it back to the extent that it could become inhabitable once again. Now, I will take you to see the church and the defense tower, which fortunately have both benefited from successful restoration efforts and are now fully functional. In fact, the church continues to this day to host Sunday Mass and is open during local festivities. The church is in Romanesque style, and it has frescoes of a Christ Pantocrator on the altar ceiling. My daughter was baptized here.
One of the daughters.
Now we will head up to the tower.
See that the foundations are based on pure rock.
Let's go up the tower and see the incredible views. Originally, this tower was just a defense tower, so it did not have bells. It was not built for the church, These were only added later. The story behind this interesting fact originates during the Carlists Wars, when there was an order from the government to destroy all castles and defense towers to keep them from enemy use in case they were taken. Since the owners of the castle wanted to avoid their tower to be destroyed, they added bells to the top as a decoy, so that it appeared to be part of the church rather than a defense tower. The trick seemed to work, since the tower is still in place. We are now in the garden of the castle, full of local plants and flowers. It has direct access from the living room, and here you can see the initials of the name of my great-great-grandfather who built that area of the castle in the late 18th century. He also held and transmitted through generations the title of Baron of Ribelles. My mother now is actually the Baroness.
The garden is organized in a series of flower beds, which are the typical structure of the romantic gardens when that new part of the castle was built.
These impressive rocks are part of the mountain where the castle is founded on, and my grandmother actually used to play here when she was little, as if those were her small dollhouse. We have now left the castle and we are going to the cemetery, also part of the property, where only the inhabitants from Ribelles, from the town, can be buried. Inside we will also find the family pantheon where my ancestors are buried.
This is the family pantheon where my ancestors rest. It has been a pleasure to show you our castle.
The walls of this castle have witnessed many critical events of Spanish history. They are also contain many memories and feelings from our family. However, as you have seen, the castle is in urgent need of restoration to keep it from further falling apart. So if you have any suggestion that could help us return the castle to a better future, we would be delighted to hear it. Thank you very much.